Hello and welcome back to Stepford County Railway. I'm the Scottish Lord and today we're going to be covering the 1.5.0 update for SCR. This update introduces the new rebrands for Connect and Waterline. It also finalises the next gen upgrades and it introduces the brand new role of guards. So without further ado, let's get into the details. So let's start with covering the upgraded rolling stock. We'll start off with Connect. We can see that the final Connect service that was paper was the 380, but now it has been upgraded into its next gen form. As we can see, it's in its lovely new livery and still has all the routes available to it. If we spawn it in, let's say we spawn it in at the likes of Coxley, we can get a much better view of the train. Taking it out, we can see that as well as the lovely new exterior livery, which has been rebranded for Connect, we also have the interior cab, which as always looks simplistic, but it works for this sort of model. What we can also see is that we have something that we've not seen before, which is different colours for the doors on the trains. Usually everything would have been kept one colour, and that was the old Connect blue. This is obviously in its 3-carriage variant, but the Dash 1 is in a 4-car. So as we come into Benton, and I horrendously missed the 3-car marker, we open the doors and we see that we have the standard door opening chime and the animation for the doors. We can also note that we have a new background to the loading bar. Now, as well as this, there is a brand new driving mechanic that you should be aware of, which is your doors will now no longer automatically close. You must push T or push the door button in order to shut them. And when you do, we have a new tone. Which is new for the 380. And once you've then completed that, you drive off to your next station.
This is a Connect.
So, moving on to brand new Waterline rolling stock, we can see we have the 165-0, the 165-1, and we have the upgraded 166. Now, these are basically all the same model, however they are in 2, 3 and 4-car variants. We're going to test out the 2-car and the 4-car as it is a new release. So, if we take Benton to Greenslade, we'll just depart from Whitney Green Depot. As you can see, once again we have the standard interior cab look, and if we look at the exterior, we see that we are in this 2-car variant, as that we are in the wonderful looking new Waterline livery. Very simplistic, but I think that it really does complement the sort of line that it is. As we can see, as we come into Whitney Green Station,
Waterline service to
we
Greenslade
still have the old
Greenslade only.
rebranding
This train has
on
2 coaches.
the station signs, but that will eventually get fixed. Door opening animations are smooth as always, and as we wait here we can just see that, well, the modelling is a little bit blocky on the sides. It's adequate for a Stepford County Railway model and still looks like the real life equivalent. Shutting the doors, we have the same door closing chime. We then depart and have a lovely journey. Now then, you may wonder why I'm departing Faraday Road Depot in what seems to be the same train. Well, this is because it's not exactly the same train.
This train is now approaching
That was the 165-0, but this is the 165-1. And I do believe that this is the first double DMU to have been introduced onto Waterline. We can see, if I zoom out here, that we do have the two pieces of rolling stock linked together. I just took these out the depot in order to show you that, but it's just showing that these new releases do bring that in. So the Class 730 in its next gen condition looks like a really nice train. As you can see, it is a 3-carriage train, and it's got that lovely simplistic cab, but this time with the console in a darker colour. As we can see, the interior is good. However, one thing I am noting is that I'm missing a few tables from inside, so that's a little bit of an
This
issue.
train is now approaching Greens Lane.
It seems to run quite well, but
This
then
train
I'm on a VIP
terminates
server,
here.
and I
All
don't
change,
know
please.
how that would run too much in a public. But apart from that, that's
Whitney
really
Green.
all you can say about it. It's a good upgrade from the paper model. It's maybe a tad bit more flat on the front, but it's not bad. The other thing to note
This
is
is
that
Greens
the
Lane.
frontal destination display
This train terminates here.
is a different
change,
colour
please.
from the usual. Usually they're that sort of orangey colour, but this appears to be a more of a yellowy greeny colour. But yes, that is the 730. So the next thing that we're going to cover is the big thing about this update, which was revealed in the teaser trailer video, and that is the guard roll. This is something that I have access to, not only because I'm in a VIP server, but because I'm a signaller. And that gives me automatic privilege to the guard roll. So, how do you access it? Well, when you go into the roll screen, this is the new roll screen, you just hover over guard and click. You then get brought to what looks like the passenger menu. However, it is the passenger menu. It's just that now you go in and you click on what station you want to be spawned in at. In this case, we're going to Stepford Central, and I would like Central Mall. And you click spawn in, and you get given so when you first spawn in, you see that you get a box on the right hand side similar to the dispatching platform list that you get, except this one says select a train to request to be its guard. Now at the moment we're not guarding a train of any particular line, so we currently have the network logo guard shut thing on. So how do we guard a train? Well, first off, we need to get to the platforms. As we can see here, we have a train, the new 380, driven by Mr. Jamie Plays a Gamey.
Platform 4.
Now, I know you're all dying to know, how do we guard this train? Well, what we do is we click on the train and we get this box telling us who the driver is, its head code, the unit number and where it's going. We also get its delay status. Now we have a button that we push called request, which we have to do. We have to request to guard the train, into which the driver will either accept or deny it. In this case, Jamie has accepted our request and the rear cab door has opened. Now, a lot of ways this is like dispatching. In fact, it is dispatching. Just you dispatch from every single station that the train stops at. Now, this train is due to leave at 44, so when we get the option to whistle, which comes up there, we push that button, checking that the off indicator is lit up. We then push the door close button, which closes the main doors of the train. We whistle again to confirm that all these doors are shut, and then we enter the rear cab door, shut it using the local door switch, and then push the signal bell, which lets the driver know that all is well and that he can go. we then get teleported into the seat of the rear cab, and the train departs.
Verily.
So, when it
This
comes
train
to
has 3
reopening
coaches.
the doors, well, here we are at Stepford East. First off, we have to click to open the guard panel, then we have to open the local doors, and then push the button to open the main saloon doors.
This is Stepford
Then
East.
from there, it's just standard guarding protocol when there isn't a dispatcher. And that is something that we'll get onto in a minute, because protocol is different when you have a dispatcher at your station. But for now, we're just going to whistle, door close, whistle again, shut my door, and ring the bell. So as we
This
can
train
see,
has 2 coaches.
he has now become our guard. We can tell that because there is a box on the right hand side that says Jamie plays a gamey is our guard. And he's just going to stand there and do exactly what we did when we were dispatching. So Jamie's going to be standing here until So as we can see, Jamie is our guard. We have the box on the right hand side that tells us this, and he also has the whistle and the torch in his hands. Now, once all the passengers are loaded, he blows the whistle, which does shut the main saloon doors. Blows it again to let me know that all the doors are shut. Goes into the main saloon and shuts his set of doors. And then he sends us the buzzer, which we then have to push. And then we depart with 10 points instead of 5. And that is because we have a guard. You now get a bonus if you have a guard on your train. Though you do have to note that the guard has to be with
This
you
is a connect train to
when you
Stepford
initially start the
UFC.
route and at
The next
stations.
station is Stepford East. Train is now
So as we
approaching
come into
Stepford
Stepford East, we're going to see Jamie open our doors.
UFC.
So
This
as we
train
come
has 2
in,
coaches.
nothing's really loading, but we're going to continue with this anyway. So we stop at the 3-car marker, and we still have to push T. However, that is just to let Jamie know that he can open our doors, and we're cool with that. We also have to keep in mind that he
This
needs to
is
open the main doors,
Stepford
which he
East.
forgot to do there. And it's easy to forget to do that because the chime goes for the saloon doors that you open for your guarding. But once the main saloon doors are open, the bar starts going, and then we have typical protocol for the guards. And there we go with that 10-point bonus as well. So some of the other smaller changes within this update is that Edgemead now has off indicators, which it didn't have before, so that is handy for new dispatches. The other thing is that Faymere is now a dispatchable station. So anyone who wants to dispatch Faymere, now you can. Then saying that, it seems to be in the middle of nowhere, and it's a bit plain. So that is my rundown of 1.5. It is a great update. It adds so much interaction between the new roles. with these new guards, and I really think that it is going to be, well, that it is one of the best updates that SCR has received as of yet. But that's my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think. Also, if you like this video, then make sure to give it a like, and if you enjoy the rest of my content and other things like that, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of when I do upload. But thank you for watching. I've been the Scottish Lord. You've been a wonderful viewer. Goodbye. So here we'll be able to demonstrate
Nuri.
dispatching protocol
This train has
while
3
there's a
coaches.
dispatcher. Well, I say dispatching protocol, it's guarding protocol. So as usual, we open the local and the saloon doors, and as we can see, there's Mr. Plays
This is
Gamey up there,
Cambridge Street Parkway.
and we're going to wait for him to blow the whistle, which he should do any second now. So he blows the whistle once, and then we shut the doors. We then wait for the final dispatch, and then he's held up a green baton, so we have to hold up a green torch. And after we've done that, we go in, close the local door, and then buzz buzz. And then we depart like any normal procedure.